Shining a bright red as always is I Red Luster, and welcome to Red Talks. This video is, well, not really a video, it's just going to be purely audio, so don't worry about missing anything on screen. You can easily tab out and just listen to me in the background if you'd like. That works for me. There's nothing in the video is going to pop up, so it's just going to be me talking and maybe a little bit of background music. Most likely some background music. Now, first things first, I'd like to thank you guys for 40 subscribers. I never thought I'd actually get that far, to be honest, when I started YouTube. I think I really thought at best maybe I'd have 10, 15, and most of those would be, close friends and such, relatives. And those I've, directly told about my channel, but to my surprise, I've gotten up to 40 subscribers. Now, quite obviously, not every one of those subscribers are, watching all of my videos. I mean, I have 40 subscribers, but most of my videos only get either 1 or 3 views. That seems to be my channel average for the most part. Which, it's to be expected. You can't really expect every video to be a banger and everyone to want to watch it. Certainly at least maybe 2 or 3 people, but more than that, probably expecting a little too much out of you guys. But I'm still very thankful for it. I have to say one thing about YouTube that I never really thought about was motivation. Motivation is incredibly hard to come by. I mean, it's one thing that really does motivate me to do YouTube videos is the views and especially the comments and such. Those two things, seeing that people actually want to see this kind of content, is what really motivates me to keep doing it. The fact that I've reached 40 subscribers, I mean, that means that there are at least some people interested in being entertained by me, or I just have a lot of people who really pity me for my small channel, which I'm just going to assume that's not the case. That would really be a downer, but I'm still very thankful for that. What else did I want to talk about? I guess I do have a couple of questions for you guys. One question being, what kind of content would you guys like to see? I've just been kind of mostly doing horror stuff because I figure, the reactions and stuff would be kind of entertaining to watch or just, listen to. I know my jump scare compilation. I know that the fact that maybe because I put that at the front of my channel, it's getting so many views, but the fact that it's gotten so many in general makes me think that you guys like the horror content, or at least like hearing me scream and, overreact to the scary things, like a lot of YouTubers back in the day used to be. Now a lot of YouTubers don't really do that anymore. It's kind of a thing of a bygone era. There's still definitely an audience for it. I mean, who doesn't like watching a guy overreact and scream against something that's terrifying him and laughing at his pain, I suppose. It's not really painful, but it's just, a different kind of suffering. It's entertaining, I mean, people can find entertainment in that still, despite all these years. Guy getting scared is still funny, and it's still entertaining. But I've been thinking of branching off into other kinds of content, but the problem is I don't know how to make these videos entertaining. Because I'll be honest, screaming and being scared of my general situation is kind of my bread and butter. If I'm not really scared, then I just kind of complain that I'm not being scared, or just run out of things to talk about. I mean, unless something silly is happening that, point and make fun of, but unless something like that's happening, then I don't really know what to do. I am thinking of trying to branch off my content to other genres. One such game I was thinking of playing was Shadow of War. In regards to that game, I do have a pretty important question. Do you guys actually want to see a playthrough of that? Like, actual story content and stuff like that? Or would you guys just rather see me, mess around, fight captains? Because I'll happily do that. I did plan on playing on the hardest difficulty just to add some more zaniness to it, because I certainly think the game could. I certainly think the game is more interesting when you play it on its hardest difficulty. Even though right now I'm doing a normal playthrough right now, just kind of get re-familiar with the game. I guess I can still continue. I guess if you guys just want to see the captain stuff, then I can just continue off of that save file. There's no real point. There's no real point in going back and doing the story stuff if you guys just want to see the captains, because I'm already at that point where I can, brand people and that sounds bad. What I mean is get guys into my army. That I'm at that part of the game, and the captains are certainly the more interesting part of Shadow of War. I just want to know if you guys were at all interested in the actual story aspect of the game, because I'll be honest, I'm not. Not because the story is bad. It's just the fact that I've already played the game about 3 times in the past, so don't really need to see the story one more time. I figure a game as old as that, you guys aren't really interested in, seeing the story. You're more interested in what the personal story can be. My relation with the captains and such. What kind of hijinks we can get up to with them. And, there's also all the uniqueness of them all. They all have those different kinds of traits and such. I want to know, which would you guys prefer? Actually see the game story, or do you just want to see the captains? If you could tell me in a comment below, that'd be great. I don't really expect more than maybe one at best comment, but one comment telling me is better than absolutely no direction whatsoever. That is certainly a point I can't stop emphasizing enough. Leave comments in the comment section. Comments they're not only really great for motivation, but they give me at least an idea of what to do. Because having to come up with all this stuff on my own without, some kind of small outside influence really just makes me feel like I'm shooting at the dark. It really doesn't do a whole lot for my motivation to keep doing this kind of stuff. Because when I have no idea what people want, do something, and obviously no one wanted it. At least no one told me. Comments really help me have a direction of what to do. You know what I mean? What else is there to talk about? I guess I can talk a little bit about the coffee situation. You guys may not recall, but I started a coffee profile a while back, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people were interested in it, at least as a method of supporting me, because there's a reason why I stopped putting the link in every single video description, because no one wanted to give me any coffees. Now, to be fair, two of my friends did give me a couple coffees, which, very grateful for, but from pretty much the very beginning when I started a coffee thing and put in the description of all my videos, pretty much no one else ever gave any more coffees. Which, I guess I should have expected. I don't have that huge of a viewer base, and I guess expecting at least 1 or 2 other randos to give me a coffee is probably asking a little bit too much. I am, after all, a very tiny content creator, just making videos for the sake of it. I don't put a lot of, I wouldn't say I don't put a lot of effort into it. I put a lot of acting effort into them. It's just when it comes to, editing stuff, I just absolutely lose interest. I do not like editing my videos. I know I'm going to have to edit this one, because all the long breaks I take in thought trying to think of something else to talk about, but I just mean I'm not a fan of editing in general, because to do, even the smallest changes, to incorporate a joke can almost take me up to 15 minutes, and that's just one joke that I may want to make out of many more jokes I want to make in the video. And whenever I see how long it takes just to edit one little thing like that in, it really kills my motivation to keep doing it, because I get exhausted quickly about it because, well, I guess it's not really quick exhaustion. It's just the fact that I realize how much more work it's going to be, and I just kind of give up on the idea of it entirely. Because, you know, what's the point of having a long video and then just in the middle of it, just this random edit of a sound to make something more, you know, more funny? I mean, I guess some effort is better than none, but I don't really see the point. I mean, what's the point of editing something if you're not going to edit, you know, the entirety of the video? I suppose that's just me and my thinking. Yeah, you guys have to keep in mind, I am not at all a professional. I am literally just winging this whole YouTube thing. My very first video, I think, was called I Have No Idea What I'm Doing. That video title can still very easily apply to me now. After all this time, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of throwing things at the wall and hoping that they stick, and whatever does stick, I just try to throw more at the wall until I run out of it. Or, I'll just pick a game, do a whole playthrough of it, and then sit around and wonder what to do next. I do have to apologize for the many, or just as the crazy upload schedule I have. There is a lot of stuff in life right now that's really making making videos difficult. There's my general health that's been up and down lately. You know, just as soon as I feel like I'm getting better from something else comes up, and that can get very frustrating. And then there's also the fact that I'm one of those people that get seasonal depressions. I just get kind of like, it's not really sad all the time, just kind of demotivated to do anything, and just kind of, I guess, sad. Mostly demotivation and sadness, kind of a mix of the two. It really makes me just kind of sit around, I guess, think too much. That's kind of thing it does. It makes me think way too much. So a combination of my general just not great physical health with, you know, not so great mental health, it can be a little difficult sometimes to make videos, you know, because I want to do my best. I want to sound my best when I make these videos, even though I don't have, you know, the best recording software or the best recording devices, or just the fact that I sound nasally all the time. That's just how my voice is, unfortunately. I will have to say it's hard. It's hard for me to tolerate my own voice for a while. I'm not a big fan of it. Then again, who really likes to sound their own voice recorded? Let's be honest. There may be a couple people out there, you know, like, I guess Markiplier. Markiplier just has such a charismatic voice. I bet he could listen to himself for hours and not get tired of it. I know I probably can. Then again, he's a pretty funny guy, but, well, this video isn't about Markiplier, it's about me. Which it's a little selfish, I guess, but, well, it's my video on my channel. I can record whatever I want. Maybe this won't even get uploaded. Who knows? Maybe I'll just by the end of this feel like it's not worth it and just toss it in the garbage bin. I'll definitely say a lot of videos have gone there, either because of frustration or just not feeling like the video's adequate. Then again, I feel like I post a lot of videos that I don't really put enough effort in, but I don't want to starve you guys for content. I will say I am very afraid to lose what little I've gained so far. So I try even when I'm not feeling 100% up to it, I'll try to make a video at least maybe once a week, I think. Point is, sometimes I just try to make content for the sake of making content, because I don't want to leave you guys in the absolute dark. I don't want to lose what little I've worked so hard to get so far. It's always been a scary thought in the back of my head, because, let's be honest, if I suddenly lost like 15 of my 40 subscribers within like a couple of days or such, I don't know if I'd have the will to really go on with this whole thing. I will mostly say, like, the idea that I am entertaining people is what keeps me going. And if just like a bunch of people all checked out at once, like, yeah, this guy is just not worth our time, then I guess I'm just not worth the time. Not worth the. It's not really worth the effort of making these videos. But who knows? I don't know what parts of this video is actually going to go into the video because, like I said, I'm going to edit it all. It's going to be a lot of editing, though. It's going to be like cutting out like major parts. But I did make this video just to ramble and rant just a little bit to get things off my chest and I guess provide a different kind of content. You know, keep you guys up to date. I don't know if anyone's really interested in that, but here it is. And I think I've actually just run out of things to talk about. I really should have made a checklist for this, but whoopsie doodles. Anyway, this has been Red Luster, signing out.